No, you got some great stories. We wanted to see if you had any like wild or crazy boxing stories you haven't told that you've seen in this business through all this time.
Oh my God. Um, some of them, maybe their names have to be like
Oh, that's fine. You don't gotta say
anonymous.
You don't
names.
gotta
You
say
don't gotta say
Anonymous.
names.
names.
I haven't lasted this long in the industry because I'm not a good, secret keeper, keep things to
Yeah,
myself. But
that's fair. That
you
is
know,
totally fair.
there's been some crazy stuff. I mean, look, anytime you sit and have a dinner with Bob and he's had a couple of tequilas, I mean, he's telling some stories that people would pay to be like a fly on the wall to listen to some of the stories about his Ali days, promoting Muhammad Ali and crazy things that have happened in hotel rooms with different fighters and all kinds of stuff. And you're just like, oh my God, like this is happening, or other fighters where I have met like their wives, like, and their girlfriend,
Oh God,
so
yeah,
that
yeah.
is like, but nice to meet
Yikes.
you. I've heard so much about you and just kind of keep it moving.
Yeah,
That's why we're generically speaking, right? So
yeah.
um, there's just all kinds of athletes that I knew maybe got injured that entered a fight when I knew they had an injury or I saw something happen where you can't really speak about it or say anything about it until after because they don't want to pull out of the fight or they don't want something to happen. There's all kinds of stuff. But I think one of the funnest things that I got to do and had the privilege of was when we were on the press tour for Manny Pacquiao versus Chris Algieri, and that was in Macau. We went on this like press tour all around, Shanghai and Beijing, and then to Macau, and we were on a private 747, like private plane, like where you're walking around. There's just, and it was during this time of like the ice bucket challenge. Do you guys remember
Oh
that?
yes, I remember
2014.
that.
Yeah, I remember
You
that.
remember the exact year, Jesus.
2014. Oh, I'm good with the my years.
He
Yeah.
is really good.
So
I mean, Christina, but he knows like
yes.
every year of every fight ever since
See,
the
and I don't
beginning of the
have
sport.
that I don't have that like year and this. It all sometimes blends together. I wish I had more of that. But talking to Manny about like being the first one talking to him about doing the ice bucket challenge and making him promise he would do it while we were on the plane, and then making him promise Freddie would do it. And those were fun moments. Just stuff like that we've got to do. It's really just he's really a prankster. A lot of people think like Manny has an amazing personality. He's super funny. He likes to joke around a lot. He's very superstitious. Just getting to see guys when you spend a lot of time with them on a different level than when the cameras are in front of them, creates a lot of fun memories. So there's a lot. There's a lot.
Speaking of Manny, talk about the time you guys were hiking or walking on the Great Wall of China together.
Dude, that memory, it was when he fought Brandon Rios, also in Macau. I went to China like 17 times in 2 years. I swear to God, we had a good run in Macau, but we got to hike up. I mean, Bob was going for it. Lovey, everybody was doing. Brad Jacobs, we were all like sneakered out, gonna do this. This is a lifetime bucket list thing, and we're getting up, and I'm interviewing him and Brandon when we get to the top of the Great Wall of China, which I thank God was in really good shape because I could not do that right. I could not do that right now. And I listened to the first episode, and I know we can curse, and that's why I let that.
Oh yeah, go
Yeah,
ahead.
of course, yeah,
Because
Go ahead.
I
It's
listened to the
encouraged.
first
It's actually
episode with you
encouraged.
guys too, and you cursed off Rip. So I was like, okay, we're good. Anyway, sidebar. So that was definitely a memory that I will never forget because not only like they're proud of me, right, too, for making the trek up there to do that, but just being able to accomplish a feat like that and get those photographs like we did, talk to them about that fight and even that moment. That was awesome, and I will never probably get to do it again, and I will never forget that.
That's once in a lifetime stuff right there to be like, I was on the Great Wall with Manny Pacquiao, like
Yeah,
the guy. That's crazy.
yeah,
Oh man.
yeah.
I was gonna ask what your favorite Manny story is. I mean, I'm sure
I
that's
don't.
up there, but other than that one, what's your other favorite Manny story?
I mean, there's just a bunch of little things about just like being in the gym and how much like he jokes around and like I think one of the things that sticks with me now I'm like my information's coming back to me about the years that we have spent. There was this time where he's into singing, right? You guys know he does his karaoke and everything like that. So during the press tour with Algieri, there was this song that he did for the NFL for the Super Bowl. And it was like, NFL, you know, and he's like singing it with his like Tagalog accent. And then he just grabs the mic and we just start singing. And then he comes to me and tells me to start singing. And then we're doing a duet. I'm like, I'm up here doing a duet with Manny Pacquiao. Like, this is amazing, you know? So just how fun loving and how comfortable he is. And we were singing an NFL like song at one of his press conferences up on the stage. And then he takes the mic at a different time and he just starts interviewing me and asking me questions. Like, he just felt so comfortable, and he's such a fun, honest, like funny guy. And it was just really nice the more we talked, and going backstage at Jimmy Kimmel all those times, because he had a superstition about going on Jimmy Kimmel before all his fights. So that was super fun. So I think it's just, you know, it's just little things that, and little laughs that you share with somebody, and you know that they're like completely themselves and completely comfortable around you. That are some of my fondest memories.